of the world. You're watching the show here today. We're back with the digital streets. Me and my brother P Rock, aka P Diddy, named him Pretty. P Rock, what's going on with you, good brother?
What's going on, brother? Grand opening,
There you
green closing.
Hey,
I made more money than I ever did. I'm just playing.
Hey, bro, you shout out, man. Hey, you shout out. Hey, yo, but what's good with you, though, man? What you been playing?
Man.
What you been playing? Did you finish Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I platinum that motherfucker.
Yeah, everybody beat Spider-Man but me. Listen, man, today, I'm promising I'm going to finish Spider-Man. I'm going to finish Tomb Raider. Then I'm gonna do Assassin's Creed, just like that.
I mean, yo, there's some good stories you're gonna see on Spider-Man.
I know.
That's gonna get you hyped for part 2, bro. Shit's gonna hype you the fuck out. Yo, the game already sold PlayStation 5, bro. Watch when you beat it, and as you progress through the story and you beat the game, you're gonna be like, done deal, bro. PlayStation 5, Spider-Man 2. Well, according to Crap, it's gonna be on Xbox. So,
oh man,
there you go. You know what I'm saying? Megaton. Yeah. No, for real, yo, that game sold the PlayStation 5. It sold it, bro. Wait, you'll see. Sold that one. That motherfucker is bought. That's just pre-ordered before the pre-order's already up and running, bro. That's just crazy, bro. But yeah, good stuff.
I heard the story takes off and it gets sick.
What? It's crazy, bro. Hell yeah. But besides that, I've been out here enjoying Oktoberfest in Germany. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell was Oktoberfest?
It's just a huge festival where it's like a big huge festival, and then they have like I don't want to say 10 buildings or whatever where they just eat and drink, but these guys get fucked up. And the Germans, they wear their traditional, authentic German outfits from back in the days and stuff like that.
Suspenders and stuff. With the suspenders.
Yeah, they be wearing that. Then the girls wear those skirts showing their titties. There's like titties everywhere, bro. I like, oh shit, motherfucking. Yo, do you want? I need to wear shades, bro. Like fucking I'm wearing sunglasses in the middle of the night. Shit, yo, they're German.
So what's the weather like out
German there? Titties everywhere. What?
What's the weather like?
It would be cold, but the weather was pretty good. It was like in the 70s, so it was pretty good. It was just right. It was just, but normally it would be cold as fuck out here. But for some reason it was nice and warm and whatever. They had rides, food like a motherfucker. Beer,
I seen the picture. That's what it was. I seen the picture.
Yeah, that big festival. I was like, yeah. Okay, so we went twice. We were supposed to go to watch Venom today, but my wife got sick. She had a stomachache and shit. So.
Okay.
Which is good. Yeah.
I heard. So, well, speaking of Venom, I heard that it didn't. It had some issues as far as like.
Yeah, well, a lot of people. I don't know, but for the most part, general consensus, a lot of people are disappointed in the movie. Financially, it did well, but I think it was only because of the hype and people didn't know. So you know how it is: people just buy your tickets and just go.
Yeah.
But then when you leave that fucking movie theater, it's kind of like Suicide Squad. You'd be like, "This movie sucks," but they already got your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Suicide Squad had its part. It had its parts. It had its moments.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I liked the Enchantress. But
from what I'm hearing, Spider-Man's not doing too well. I mean, Venom. In terms of I heard it. It didn't. I don't know. So I mean, I'm still gonna see it because in terms of movies, I don't hold movies to such high expectations like games. I'll watch whatever fucking movie because half of it is just me taking my wife out and just going out, get some dinner. Yeah. So half of the movie is really me hanging out with my wife. So that's half of the enjoyment right there, So that's why I don't mind if a movie's shitty. I just if the movie's shitty, I come out, say it's a shitty movie, and then be done with it. So I don't hold movies to high standards like I do with a game. Game's a little bit different.
Let me see.
So I'll still check it out.
Let me go to the chat right quick. Hold on 1 second. I can see the screen. Pool party, Neverland Lake, Styles, New York. Anybody, if you're in there, say what's up. Right quick, you guys come in and be so kind, so hit the like button. We should have a very entertaining show, to say the least. Not a few things. There were a few topics. It's been a slow week as far as news, but I haven't gotten your opinion on a lot of things that started like earlier during the week or whatever the case may be. We're going to talk about Nintendo and Reggie's answer why they decided to go with a cell phone app. We can talk about that. Again, we got some more juicy PlayStation 5 rumors. Get your opinion on that. Also, rumors that Sony's looking to maybe phase out the PS4 standard, slim, and maybe just roll with the Pro and whatever the PlayStation 5 will be. We can talk about that. What else? Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, people saying that they don't like the grinding, the microtransactions. We can talk about that. What else? Did I miss
I don't
anything?
know. I think that's it. Unless the chat, if anybody in the chat, there's any big news, put it up
Oh,
in the room and shit like that.
yeah, and did I get your opinion on Project Google Stream? Did
Oh
you
yeah,
hear
no, we
me?
gotta talk about that. Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, you
We
know
gotta
what I
talk
mean.
about
Oh,
that.
hold up. Yeah, you what's up, bro? What's on your next expand your mind? Expand your mind. Gonna be this Wednesday. I promise, man. I sick legend. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, you guys come in, man. Again, you be so kind to hit the like, but share it on Twitter. I'm in Twitter jail again, so I can't put it on Twitter. So shoot your boy some bail, man. I mean, they got me in Twitter jail again, man. Because I said Kids Move had to see a Thieves tramp stamp, and I got banned for a week, man. So I can't. I'm done with trolling. No, I'm gonna troll. I'm just joking, man. I'm strictly keeping professional on Twitter from now on. Yes, sir. No, sir. They banned me for a week for that, for saying he had a see a Thieves tramp stamp. Literally. You there, P Rock?
Yeah, what she said? Say that again. You were cutting out. My bad.
No. I was saying.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
must be me. What?
yeah, no, I was saying that. Yeah, that I'm. I was telling everybody to shit on Twitter. I'm in Twitter jail again. You know what I mean?
Are you for what? Who you cursed out now?
I didn't.
Who's
I never.
grandma? Who's
I know.
grandma?
Hey, listen. I didn't curse somebody the first time.
Who's grandma? Who's grandma?
I just said.
you
I
going after?
said they see it. I mean, the kids who had a see a Thieves tramp stamp. That shit got me a week.
Oh,
That shit got me a week in the hole.
Get the fuck out of here.
Swear to God.
So you can't say nothing. I think what it is, you got jailed so much that any type of there's levels. You already up all your lifelines. You can't say anything. Like anybody who talks to you, you have to say, "God bless you, brother. I wish you a wonderful day." That's all you can say. You say anything else.
He said, "Buddha bless you." You know Jesus died for your sins. Yeah, you know. What
You
I
know,
mean?
if you say I really don't like you, you're gonna go to Twitter jail.
Yeah, man.
You can't say nothing negative.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And also, hold up. Hey, hold up, man. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up. I don't know. I remember I seen the screenshot, right? Yeah, it says
a tramp stamp.
Yeah, literally. So that's when you got to come back. Oh, you never been in Twitter jail. You got to delete the shit that you sent, and that was one of them.
Oh,
yeah, literally. You know, what I mean, I got banned for that. You know what I mean? Hold up. I'm gonna go right here. It says here that I got 3 new followers. Crapgamer, and D, and I ain't know they unfollowed me on Twitter. Fuck going on, man? I'm gonna send you the screenshot. Yeah, I'm like, damn, man.
Oh shit.
They were tired of me, man. But anyway, as you guys, like I said, come in. Shout out to you guys. Hit the like button, share it on Twitter. I'm in Twitter jail I got another 5 days and 22 hours. We're gonna make it happen. So anyway, what about? We talked about this topic a few times about what Microsoft and Project Scarlet or Xbox Scarlet, and and as far as like streaming, and you, like I said, I would rather have a dedicated console. You know what I mean? But at the start of this, say every generation, you have micropactures. You even had Ubisoft, EA was saying, that not saying this generation, but maybe 2 generations from now, that there will be no need for a physical console anymore. Now, Google showed off this project, what do you call it, Google Stream, and it worked. You know what I mean? Maybe it just been because it was in a controlled environment, but from what they showed for the $100, I think Chromecast like $100, it was outperforming the PS4 Pro and the Xbox. It was 1080p, high settings, 60 frames a second. You know what I mean? And again, no, what do you call it? No input lag. The shit worked. You know what I mean? So you can, like I said, you got Microsoft. They're doing their quote unquote streaming box. Do you think this can work? And the reason why I say this, right? And I may not keep saying it and like, damn. Right now in the hood, right? Fucking Fire Sticks have replaced everybody's cable box. You know what I mean? If you're telling some, somebody with a very little meanings, I had $100 and you can have access to all of the Fortnites, this, that, and the other, and it works. Shit, like, you know what I mean? Maybe Microsoft may be on to something. Like, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, I mean, this is. I'm gonna try to break out from my old way, right? So this whole streaming thing, it began long ago with OnLive. They started it first, right? They're the ones that tried to do it, but I guess not having the funding, not having the money, plus the internet at the time was nowhere near as fast of what we have now. It just didn't work, right? So you move on a couple of years later, Sony goes on to the streaming. They would spend what, $400 million on Gaikai servers to do this. So they're on the streaming bandwagon, right? Then Microsoft announced that they tried to do it back in 2012, but it just wasn't working. Not at the moment, right? Yeah. So they too want it, and now Google's want it. So now I'll just say this: if companies can provide a quality streaming service where there's no input lag, like you can't really tell the difference between a dedicated console and a streaming device. You can't tell the difference. I think there will be a consumer that will adopt that simply because it costs $150. They'll pay $10 a month, and overall, that's a cheaper option than
what's $10 a month
or $15 a month, whatever.
What,
I mean,
what,
I don't think it's going to be that much. I don't think it's
no.
But
What I'm saying, I know from what I'm told when explained to me, it's not a streaming service. It's just the games that you're going to buy. Say if you're going to buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? You're going to pay for the game, whatever it's going to cost, and you're going to stream it. You own it digitally forever.
Oh, I don't know about that now. I don't know about that now.
Yeah,
that's a little bit different.
Same thing. It's the same thing that what Google showed. You buy the game.
Yeah, no, I thought. Well, I didn't see the demonstration. I heard a lot of people talking about demonstration, but I thought it was going to be like a Game Pass type service. No. Like you actually buying access to stream games.
You can buy the game. And if you do get a physical, it's yours digitally. You take your digital library, which you have.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think a lot of people are going to feel that.
What, to buy the game digitally?
Yeah, because you're not really buying it.
It's yours.
How? You don't own nothing. You don't have it digitally downloaded. It's like it's not you have nothing there. All
right, I'll give you an example, right?
Like nothing exists.
Look at it like this, right? I have a bunch of games digitally, right? And if I was to log into say one of those Xbox Scarlets, my whole digital library would come with me right there, and then I can stream it, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You can have access.
Yeah, but what you did different is, let's say you bought a digital thing, right? With or unless it's a multiplayer driven game, with or without the internet, the game is yours and you can play it. It's yours. You know what I'm saying? You don't need nothing else because you own it. This cloud service, like you don't own anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's just like you bought the rights to stream something. Like I could understand, like Netflix. Like you're not buying any movies from Netflix. You streaming movies at a monthly cost. You have access to everything. But to stream something that you bought, that's just weird. Now you don't even own the digital copy. Like you don't own anything. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not an owner of anything right now. And I don't know. I'm just, maybe it's just me. I don't know how many people. Well, like you put in a streaming stick and it's asking you to pay $60 for a game, but you're not owning anything as compared to a console or even, like Microsoft. Well, hell, we use Sony, right? Because right now Sony's doing both. Right now they're the only ones that do both. You can stream your games or you can digitally download your games. You understand what I'm saying? So like you can own something. Just simply paying for a streaming thing, you're not really buying the game, you're just buying the privilege to stream the game, if that makes sense.
Okay, how about this?
Does that make sense? It would make sense if Google did a service, like follow the Netflix model. That makes sense. You're streaming a service that gives you access to all these titles for $10, $20 a month. Then I could see people jumping on, or I'll say this, I could see more people jumping on because let's say if this stick is $150, right? So you buy this stick for $150, right? Boom. You pay, hell, even if it's $15 a month, right? You pay $15 a month, boom. And now that's it. You have access to every game. They play good. They get all the updates. They have access to multiplayer. That honestly is a cheaper option as compared to buying a console like PlayStation or Xbox for $400 or $500. Then you have to pay $60 a year, and then you have to buy the games. You see what I'm saying? Just day one from the jump. Let's say next gen comes PS5 and Scarlet. From the jump, you're gonna pay $500. That's all right off the bat. You're already $400. Let's say you're $350 over. Right. Then you're gonna buy a $60 game. So you know what I'm saying? It's a very expensive initial push.
Okay,
just to get a new console.
Okay, look like this. This is the way I look at it. Right now, you have Microsoft has or Sony have Game Pass. Right, the library is not that great. Right. But you still have that, so you can like I said, we're talking about a streaming service. Whatever game that is out, instead of buying, here's the thing: instead of you going out and buy the PlayStation 5 or the PS4 PS5, whatever, or the Xbox Scarlet, whatever Microsoft next generation consoles and Sony things is. But you want to still play those games. You ain't got that $5-6 drop down rating, but you can still play those games. You can still buy that game. You know what I mean? And if you do, your digital library is there, it's yours. This is the way that you're playing it. And if you go to, I'll give you this, I can go from your house, right? You're there in Germany, right? Or whatever the hell you're at, right? Italy. I can go and I log into my account. I have access to all of my games that I can play physically on your console.
Yeah, but you could do that digitally. When you buy a game digitally,
that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but the thing is, the streaming, you're not downloading any digital. You know what I'm saying? It's not yours. Like, you don't own anything.
But because you're removing the console. But if you get a console, but if you can't afford the box, but you still want to play the game, right? But what about later on? You can afford that console. That same game you can download that you paid $60 whatever hell for and play it. It's here's your license. Here's your digital whatever license for the game. Whether you choose to stream it or choose to download and play it, that is your option.
I mean, if they do that, if they give you the option to do both, okay. I thought you sounded like it was just Google was just a streaming thing, and that's all.
Oh no! The Google's is it's called Google Project Stream. Now, they do have a console that they're working on, whatever it's going to be, called Project Yeti. You know what I mean? Yeah. They do have that. But yeah, this is the way that you access your digital library. You know. But wait, listen, Alex. So you seen the presentation, right?
No, for the Google thing.
No, you didn't see it.
No.
All right, I put it up. I get up in the background. But anyway, it works. Like I said, 1080p high settings, 60 frames a second. No hiccups.
I mean, ultimately, this sounds like a good cheap option to play multiplats. That's what it sounds like.
I'm just
for anybody that's willing to 100% rely on the internet to play their games. If you're willing to put, your gaming experience 100% behind the internet, which is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Because a lot of people, like the people who play only Fortnite, that's pretty much what they're doing. Or people who only play Madden or Call of Duty. They're pretty much only play, online multiplayer games. So you have people like that already, that their 100% of their gaming experience is on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Destiny and, all that shit, right? So people like that, great option for this one because it's cheap. They got great quality gaming, and I don't see an issue. I wouldn't buy it only because that's all Google is offering. It's just offering a cheap way to play multiplats. I don't decide consoles on multiplayer. That's just me. I'm just saying that's just me. For a person who says, hey, all I do is play Call of Duty, hey, great option. For $150, $120, you pay $60 to access Call of Duty and you play. You didn't have to buy. So I can see that. And you probably don't have to pay an annual subscription either. So it is a cheap option to play multiplayer.
I want you to listen. I want you to hop in the hot tub time machine with me, right? Listen, old man. I feel like crap and I'm trying to drag you to the future. I want you to hop in this hot tub time machine with me, right?
All right.
Who would have thought that the Fire Stick, all right? The little Fire Sticks, everybody whack and put the Cody on or whatever. Yeah. Will do away with your cable box. You know what I mean? Or even take it back a little further. I remember Netflix, I don't know when it came out, but I remember me getting it probably like in 2008 or 9 or whatever the case, where I was still some time, because they had a bigger DVD library on their site. You can get the physical DVD, but I got it for my Xbox 360. We were going in on party chats and everybody being there watching The Last Dragon or New Jacks. They had a bunch of bullshit movies in there. Everybody being there bugging the fuck out. We used to be able to do it on a 360 back in the day, right? And so where it is now, where they have original content, like, you know what I mean, and people are paying to see that original content, and we're just talking about, and it's also important that I say this is if it works. Now, for what they're saying, like I'll just give you an example. For as Microsoft, they're gonna what causes the input lag is the controller input, right? That causes the input lag, but they're gonna handle the input there on the device. But you can still have your games, and it works perfectly. You ain't gonna worry about getting no bigger hard drive. You can download all.
I see what you're doing. So let me ask you this, all right? In terms of gaming enjoyment, what's the difference between this Google Stream and an Xbox One? When at the end of the day, you're playing Zoo Tycoon and fucking Phantom Touch original assets. The point what I'm trying to say is, Just simply saying third-party games work doesn't mean anything. Third-party games not look great on Xbox One X? Do they not run fine? Do they not run better? They're great. The problem is, if you're just relying on multiplats, you're not like right now. If Google is just another multiplat, okay, great. Now we have option number 4 to play Call of Duty. We already have PC. We already have Microsoft. We already have PlayStation. So now we're gonna have Google. Like, what is Google? Technically speaking, we also have Amazon Fire TV because you could get the GameFly app and stream all those third-party games right now because they also have a streaming service. You know what I'm saying? So you could stream those games right now. You know what I'm saying? So technically, that's 5 options. So you got 5 ways to play Call of Duty. What makes Google Stream so special? That every other device on the planet does the same exact thing. It's not doing anything special other than you could say it's a cheaper option because let's say the Google Stick is $150 and you don't have to pay for online and you could buy the game for $60. That's probably about the only thing. You know what I'm saying? But you got factor is, you know, what other games? What are compelling exclusives? Number 2, just because you could play Call of Duty on Google doesn't mean you're actually going to do it because who you're going to play with. Notice nobody buys Call of Duty on the Microsoft Store because nobody's playing it. You still want to play with your friends at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So Google's going to have to come up with a way of why should I buy a Google streaming stick? What's in it for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's playing your games? Like, what's the point? Like, oh, shit, I got a Google thing. I'm playing Call of Duty and there's nobody fucking online because everybody's on Xbox and PlayStation PC. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
now,
Google's gonna have to do more than just simply say it works.
Okay.
You're gonna have to. You need an audience.
Okay.
You need people. You know.
All right. I'm looking at. I see what you're saying.
You need exclusives. You know.
Well, no, they're not. Here's the thing.
You can't push out Phantom Dust with original assets.
No, here's the thing.
Kill that. Google's not a first part. Like, what games are they making?
All right, let me say this one first. Let me answer this guy's question in the chat. But I see where you're going with this. My man Samuel Ashmead. He said, "What will people do when their ISP providers start charging crazy money when they see you using too much data streaming?" I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't have a data cap. I don't know if people has one, but I've never heard anybody complain about they streaming too much Netflix. You know what I mean? Now downloading, that's something different than actually streaming. You run up the cable bill, the internet bill because you're watching Netflix. I've never heard that, and I'm quite sure for it to be successful, it has to be. I don't think it'll probably use no different from someone. What do you call it? No one, different from someone watching Netflix. In my opinion, I think that we watch way more TV than we play video games. Like you say, if someone's going to watch Netflix, you play a game for 2 hours. 2 hours a day. Whatever. Say, in a realistic world, right? You play. Average adult will play video games 2 hours a day. The most maybe 4, right? Say that's like if you watch 2 movies on Netflix. You know what I mean? So I don't. This one, like I said, now downloading. Now I spoke to my man Kratos. He was talking about because he has a cap. He has Comcast, I believe he said. Kratos also downloads a lot of games digitally, so that eats up his shit right there. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. We just don't know here, but I see what you're saying. But I don't think P-Rock that Google is getting into. I don't know. I don't know what they bought behind the scenes because Google is huge, but they already have the install base. They already have you. They already have me. You know what I mean?
They don't have me as a gamer. That's
I'm saying, but what I mean by this, as far as a consumer, like your Gmail account, your YouTube here, and you never know, they might take this shit one step better, integrate that shit with their, because YouTube has the gamers, right? Integrate that shit there with your YouTube channel, and you can boot a game up right there from your YouTube channel and play and talk to the right. They can probably do all types of slick shit, bro. I'm just saying, it all comes down, like I said, pricing. I think the Google Comcast is like $100 or something like that, and from what they showed, it worked. That's all that I'm saying. It worked. We can talk about the cons, but looking at that motherfucker, it ran without a hiccup.
All right, but let me ask you this. Are you gonna play Call of Duty on the Google device, your Xbox?
I'm not playing Call of Duty or whatever.
No, let me pick another game because you don't play Call of Duty. I know you like third person games, so pick a big third person game. You're gonna choose a third person multiplat on.
No. Okay, here's the thing. All right. Now, I think the people in the chat they don't get what I'm saying. I'm not saying this device is for me. I'm not saying I'm gonna put down my Xbox or my PlayStation to hop on. No, it's not for me. I'm just saying, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there don't give a fuck about a console, right? They may, or just, you know what, I have a PC. I'm like, oh, you know what, I want to try this game, but I don't want to go out and spend $300-400 for a console, or I don't want to spend $300 to get me a new graphics card, or whatever the case. I can boot this bitch up. There are way more guys out there like that than there are guys here watching this dog shit show right now, is what I'm saying. And
I agree with that, but let's take the Madden crowd. Let's use that for example, right? Oh, that's all they play, Madden, right? How many people are going to be playing Madden on Google compared to Xbox and PlayStation 4 or 5 or whatever? That's another thing you have to factor in. Just because Google has the game doesn't mean there's enough people playing it to warrant the purchase. Like you could say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy Madden on $150 Google stream. That way, I don't have to buy a $500 Xbox." Like Emperor. Let's say Batman says, "Fuck Xbox. I'm gonna play Madden on Google because it's $150 and I can still play Madden, right?" And he goes on Madden. There's hardly anybody on the mother. So then, what was the point of saving 150? You see what I'm saying? That's what I think. Google has challenges. Simply saying that it works doesn't mean anything because there's stuff behind it. Number one, there's the number one, who's also on your service that's going to play these games. That's number one. Number two, what games besides multiplayer that you have? Number three, how is the ecosystem, the voice chat, the party chat? Do you have achievements? How's that all going to plan out? You understand what I'm saying? You know, you have all those factors. Number four, if my friends aren't on it, your friends or anybody's friends, then it doesn't matter what game you have. If your peoples ain't playing Call of Duty on Google, or Madden on Google, or 2K on Google, or name all, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe Fortnite probably be a big one because it's crossplay, so they'll probably have that. But the point is, if you have all these games, right, but no one, or there's not enough people playing them, then what will make a person save $50 at the cost of not being able to play with your friends?
Here's the thing. As far as, let me pay the bills right quick. And I'm going to ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, not go to the bills. Here's the thing. It's not so much about what your friends are playing. Or if that's the case, the Nintendo Switch wouldn't have a fucking user base. They don't have achievements. They don't have trophies. God damn.
But they have exclusives. Notice I mentioned that too.
Okay, but again,
because let's say if you pick Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they have something other than the games work.
Okay.
Because the games work on every platform, but there's more than that.
Okay.
You know, Nintendo has compelling exclusives. Hell, some people say if you buy Nintendo, it's because of the Nintendo game.
I get that, but
Microsoft got the big online community.
Okay.
You know, all the competitors, the best players, yada yada yada's on Xbox.
Okay.
Sony got the most compelling single player exclusives you can play.
But again,
Google,
you're looking.
Google, no, I'm just saying Google. It works.
Yeah, but here again, you're looking at it from you're looking at it from a console, a guy perspective that cares about those things.
I'm looking at it from a gamer that enjoys gaming.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Again, if someone just enjoys gaming, they don't give a fuck where they're playing it at. They don't have a preference. What I'm saying,
they do.
No, not really, because we're talking about this device. Again, is not for us. Not for us that we have
for us.
No,
we are the people that push the technology. Listen, casuals follow our lead. It's not an accident, bro. Think about how the generation shifts, right?
You know, you proved my point.
Hold up, listen though.
Yeah.
Right? 360 took over the industry, right? Beat out the PS3. Why? Because the hardcore decided that PS3 was not worth the purchase, that 360 was a better product, and the casuals followed our lead. We lead, they follow. We're the tip of the spear. You know, we make a huge impact, you know, based on, and then everybody just listens. You understand what I'm saying? If all the hardcore go around saying Xbox got no games, guess what the casuals are gonna say? Oh shit, Xbox got no fucking games. It's because all the hardcore, you know what I'm saying? We to a certain extent, we push the narrative to a certain extent, and it trickles down onto the casuals. That's just the reality of it, you know. Google, I'm not saying Google's gonna need more than just simply it works. They're gonna need more than that. You understand what I'm saying? They just need more than that, because again, if it's just you could play Call of Duty and it works, people are gonna be like, well, I could play Call of Duty on my Xbox, plus I could carry over everything I've done on Xbox over to the next console.
All right.
And to the next console. And same thing with the PlayStation.
Okay, now listen again.
You know what I'm saying?
This is not for you and I. And I'm coming to your bills right away, okay?
All right.
This is not for you and I.
So who's it for?
I'm about to tell you. You know, maybe you've been living on high on the hog for a little too long. I gotta take you back down to the ghetto, right?
All right.
again, most people don't buy a console. Well, consoles don't begin to fly off the shelf. So it's just come down to about $200, $250, right?
I agree.
You got all these great games that are coming, all these multiplats, whether it's this Spider-Man, just for an example, whatever the hell the case may be, right? They just want to play a game. Let me give you an example. Maya, 7 years old, right? Whatever. She see a game, whatever the hell, Fortnite, whatever, and she can play that, and it works. And she doesn't matter about no achievements. She don't care about the exclusives. She don't care, but as long as this motherfucker works and she play. That's what I'm saying this device is for. Not for us that care about my community and who's playing Duty and my friends online. That's not saying about us. No. There are a lot of motherfuckers out there. Put a rock. We are the fucking the guard at the gate. The old regime. My grandson. In here Fortnite dancing. He don't give a fuck. We be playing Fortnite on his iPad. The cell phone. It was the Android tablet. The iPhone tablet. He don't care if you plug the controller into the TV and play it. It plays and it works, and that's all that matters. I will also give you an example, right? You say this Xbox color comes out, right? And they say if it's $150, $125. Hey, Pop, I want the new Xbox for Christmas. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not buying no $5 console to send out and that shit might walk out the house because he in the ghetto, right? But I ain't got a problem buying my little $100 5-stick tape thing, and he can still play, and if you get online and talk to Maya, I ain't got no issue with him. That's perfect for me. And you get to play the same goddamn game, same thing. He doesn't care as long as he can play it. That's what I'm saying. Now, for me, no, I'm not saying I'm a fan of this. I'm also saying that I like going out and buy consoles the traditional way. I'm not, it's not that. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint, and there are a lot of motherfuckers out there who doesn't have a problem consuming this, their games, whatever the case. Like I said, as long as they put it in, they work. Whether how they get it, how they own it, as long as it fucking works. Let me go to the super chat here. Von Lamont said that Google thing was a trailer, of course. They're not showing it running on shitty internet, so nobody really knows how it actually runs at home. The requirement, yes, you can sign up for yourself, is they require 25 megs down. You know what I mean? And to get the what they call the optimal experience, you need at least 25 down. Samuel asked me, said, don't forget about the net neutrality going bye-bye. And Stuart Stoke, Netflix uses 4.5 gigabyte per hour for 1080p streaming. That's 30 frames, 60 frames. Would double that to 90 per hour. It's the same with most data caps being 100 or 1,000 gigabytes. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I know different. I know.
These motherfuckers brought out Dr. Spock on your ass.
Hey, yo, here's the thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a data cap. I'm just saying I've never heard anyone say like, hey, man, damn, whatever the fuck the case may be, man. You can't watch on Netflix. Shit already high. I've just never heard that conversation before. Now I heard a problem complaining people like data caps on cell phones. I don't even have a data. I have unlimited data on my cell phone. I be on YouTube all damn day, but I'm just saying, maybe I'm too high on the goddamn hole. I just don't have a data cap. I got Verizon Fios, you know what I mean? At the end of the goddamn day. But I guess put a rock on this one. Like I said, we both gave valid points where you can agree to disagree. Brian Lance's next gen.
I'll put it this way. I think the people who's gonna jump on this don't know what they're jumping. I think some people are gonna be disappointed in this technology. I think they're gonna
I just
shit, 100. You know what I'm saying? You know the phrase, you get what you pay for. I think some people who have fucking McDonald's Wi-Fi internet in their house, they're gonna buy this shit, and then they're gonna run, and the game's gonna run like shit. I think a lot of people's gonna be disappointed in this. If anything, it's the dudes who are the hardcore that probably get the best experience because we're the ones that try to go out and get 300, gig files, all that shit. The people who don't care about gaming consoles, they only care about Netflix. Some of those people run just fucking them little stupid Sprint Wi-Fi pucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like guys who have one fucking, files.
Yeah.
They're the hardcore gamers. It ain't no casual.
I ain't got Tim has the giggle blast. He got a gig up and a gig down.
But the dudes have gig service. I got
150 up, 150 down.
Yeah, they got that shit like me. I got 300 up, whatever fucking down. But the reason why I have it is because I'm a hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
If I wasn't a hardcore gamer, I wouldn't be paying for a fucking 300 service just for Netflix.
Yeah.
I'll be getting the low tier 20 gig service because that's all you really need for Netflix. So like a lot of people going after this, like the casuals, they probably don't have high premium speed internet. either.
Well, they said they
If they're
require
that
25.
casual where they're not concerned about what platform they play on, they're probably not concerned about the internet speeds. Just as long as Netflix works, and it doesn't take much to make Netflix work.
Yeah.
Just as long as they can read their emails, go on Facebook, Instagram, and Netflix, they probably don't have high premium internet speeds either. So when they use this shit,
and
it ain't gonna work.
Well, I'm saying they said 25. I don't know what in the ghetto. I know everybody. I mean, I don't know what the minimum is, but 25 ain't shit. I mean, I had 25 back like 10 years ago. That's nothing. You know, I mean, hold on. We go right. Ryan Lance, next gen. I hear you and agree. You can't be short-sighted regarding Google. Gamers never thought much of mobile games either. Look how huge that is. That's all. Yeah. Again, so I want to be. You know, I see people threatening not.
But notice, mobile game was supposed to end consoles.
Yeah,
remember that? That shit didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah,
mobile didn't even touch console gaming. That was supposed. Remember, Patcha? Oh, mobile gaming is going to be the end.
Well, you know what? I'm
just saying. I'm hearing the same verbiage. You know, why would you buy a dedicated console when you could play games on a device like you already own? You know, people already own phones, right? Everybody owns a phone. Everybody's gonna get the new iPhone. So why buy a console when you already have a phone? Man, that shit didn't touch consoles at all. Like phones did nothing to console gaming industry at all. Like nothing. It was just. In fact, this generation of consoles probably the most successful ever. Even with the issue of Xbox One, it's still generally doing good. Combined with how Switch is knocking it out the park and what PlayStation's doing, this is probably the most successful gen in console gaming ever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall for gaming, more money is being spent. In terms of they hate to say games as a service, everyone hates like to hear. You know, I think overall gaming in the whole is making more money because you didn't have those so many rival sources to make so much income. You know what I mean? Just look how gaming has changed from the 360 and the PS3 to where it is now. You know, we can talk about this now. We can break to the next topic. But as far as like Assassin's Creed, you see the game playing in the background. People are complaining about the grinding. What I mean by that, you have a mission you have to complete, but you have to be level 25 to complete the mission. We won't be able to defeat the enemies. You got to do a bunch of side quests, but they give you an easy way out. Where here, $20 in, boom, you can juice your stats all the way up. You know what I mean? And that wasn't there before so much. Like I said, during the last generation, that's why I say gaming is very, very profitable now. But what are your thoughts about this? Do you have a problem grinding? I know your ass is cheap. You ain't spending no real money, but like, what are your thoughts about this?
You're right, because they EA did that shit with
Star Wars.
Not Star Wars.
Star
Wars in a way, but because this is a single player game. The main issue with Star Wars was people buying minor transactions to enhance their multiplayer character and then just everybody's ass. In this case, they did it with Shadow of War. So Shadow of War had that same similar system where you could like pay for abilities and whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
But the game was a fucking grinding chore. But like me, I'm a cheap bastard. I don't give a fuck. I'll just grind until my fucking thumbs bleed. Yeah. But it was excessively grindy compared to the first one, which was, I forgot what it was called. Shadow Mordor. Yeah, Shadow Mordor. Yeah, so Shadow Mordor was nowhere near as grindy. Shadow War, this shit was a grind fest. Like you couldn't do nothing until you built up a certain level, or it was fucking bad. And the problem with this is, I don't listen. When it comes to single player games, I don't mind if they implement, you could buy, kits, because Deus Ex has that. Mankind Divided, you could buy what's called Praxis kits. And if you buy the kits, you can augment your ability. Now, normally you will earn, experience points, and you'll get a free Praxis kit with every level you earn, right? Or you could just buy it outright. Now, the reason why nobody had a problem with Deus Ex is because they didn't change the gameplay from the previous Deus Ex. It's literally the same type of leveling system it always had. You know what I'm saying? The problem with, or what's being considered for Assassin's Creed, what some people were pointing to have issues with, they took the game and made it more grindy. So in other words, they're testing your patience now, which that the game shouldn't be like that. No game should test your patience to where you'll give in and pay for these enhancements. You know what I'm saying? They should keep the game the way it's always been, the same level of experience, yada, yada, yada. That, these kits should be for the lazy gamers. Gamers who don't want to spend not even a single minute doing any of these missions. They just want to bypass all the side missions and bullshit, and boom. level up and get done with it. And I don't have an issue with that because that's their experience, their money, they play the way. But if the company tries to force me by testing my patience, which I'm a cheese bastard, so they'll never test my patience. But for a lot of people, it ruins the experience because they're doing too much. It's too much of a grind, which takes away from the enjoyment from the game. And the only reason why they did that is to try to force you to buy this. That's wrong. And that's a concern for Devil May Cry 5 because you can also buy orbs. You play Devil May Cry, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like God of War. You kill shit, and you get these orbs like the old school God of War.
Yeah.
Well, now you can buy these orbs to build abilities. So now people are concerned that Devil May Cry will also be a grind fest, which the game was never a grind fest at all.
No, it wasn't.
At all. It was not. If anything, the game was more about style. Like the better style you have, the more orbs you get. And that's how you get your orbs, by style. It wasn't by grinding. People are concerned about grinding.
Okay. Now listen. Now I'm gonna play it again. Now listen, don't throw me in the chat, right? I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. Look, I'm about to play the devil's advocate, right? You see games like even Assassin's Creed or Devil May Cry are huge financial risks, right? And they're not really known for their multiplayer aspect, where people keep going back to it and playing or whatever the case may be. And the only way for that game like that is to be, to be made profitable. Is, because it is a business at the end of the day. Is by them adding this component to it. Who is it to blame? Are these games they're selling less, and people are still playing the Fortnites, the duties, and not really buying these games? Like who is it to blame? You know what I mean? Because there's few and far between. Like you say, great single player action games, few and far in between.
I think the responsibility is on the company. You have to make a good game.
There've been a lot of games that didn't sell well, Puerto Rock.
I mean, yeah.
I'll give you an example.
I'll say this.
Detroit. I honestly, I enjoyed Detroit more than I did God of War. The story had me then. You know what I mean? But there ain't no way in hell Detroit is gonna never will outsell to me a God of War or Spider-Man. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean it wasn't less of a game or not as good as a game. So you have that.
But Detroit doesn't.
Gray.
Yeah, but Detroit doesn't mean it was a sales failure either, because you have to. It's a balance. How much did a game cost to make, in comparison to how much is sold to get back your money? You know what I'm saying? So far, Quantic Dream has been profitable with all their titles. Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy, even Beyond Two Souls. What other games they came out with? Now, obviously, recently Detroit. All their games have been profitable.
Souls, right?
Beyond Two Souls, they've been growing. With every iteration of their games, their studio's been getting bigger and bigger. So they're clearly making money. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a balance between, the funny, look at this. So they're growing, they're doing successful, yet Telltale, they had to shut down. And yet their games is fucking, is more accessible and cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And the games are more cheaper to develop because they use drawings and cartoon drawings. Fucking Quantic Dream, they use fucking mocap, like Kaleidoscope says. You want more mocap games. That's what I'm saying. You need more goddamn mocap games, So mocap's, expensive. But I think they bought their own, which makes it cheaper in the long term. But you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So how do companies sell single player games? Simple. Create good games. Create games that people want to buy and play. I'm always going to side with that. If anything, news announcements by having microtransactions to boost your abilities, I think you potentially lose the people that were going to buy a game. And then the people that you designed the system for, they probably were never interested in your game either. Because when you think of Devil May Cry, you don't think of an easy way out. Those games, it's like Bayonetta. Those games wasn't meant for people just to play for the story. Devil May Cry was never really about the story. It's really about the action and your skill set. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So for Capcom to come and say, "Oh, we're doing this for the gamers who are not interested in developing the characters," I'm gonna have to call bullshit because that's what the game has always been. It's always been one of those, fucking how I could beat 10,000 guys in all in the air without me touching the ground type shit. It's always been that hardcore action type game. And I think Capcom doing this is pretty much they're losing the people that would buy this. But I don't think they're gaining the people that would have never interested in this game in the first place. Does that make sense? I think the people are not. I think people who don't care about Devil May Cry ain't gonna be like, Oh shit, I could buy my abilities for $10 a pack. Oh shit, now I'm gonna buy Devil May Cry. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that ain't it.
Well,
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
like I said, man, there has to be a balance. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily. I'll give you an example. A game that's coming out called Control that Remedy's making, right? And Five was being published by 505. The spiritual successor to come out on break, right? They just had some more behind whatever on the PlayStation Access. Showed about 25 minutes of new gameplay. The boss battle game looks great to me. Game may look great to you, but it's not. I mean, it's not going to be a huge seller. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't know, bro. It's like
Remedy sucks.
You think he sucked?
Listen, man.
After Alan Wake, Max Payne.
I fought flying books with a flashlight and a pistol, bro. That ain't it.
Hey, bro, stop playing. Yo, somebody cut his goddamn mic off, bro.
I fought a haunted tractor trailer.
Hey, bro.
Brother, man. Listen, you know a game sucks when towards the end of the game they give you the 9-bolt light flashlight. You know that big ass shit? They treated that shit like like you just got the sort of Excalibur.
Hey,
like, man, this game sucks,
I beat that game, yo. I beat that game. To fight
you know what I'm talking about, right? That scene when you punch and all of a sudden they had the super powered flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm like, this game, bro.
Hey, man, it was a nightmare. What are you talking about? It was a nightmare.
Yo. Oh man, these games, and then they made fucking Quantum Dud. Yo, I was like,
you didn't make Quantum Break though?
No, fucking no, man.
This guy here's a hard
I mean, it was alright, but it wasn't. Man, it's just they're just not good, man. You have to be a good developer, bro. That's first thing. You have to make a game that people could be like, oh shit.
Okay, all right. Okay, listen. What about this? How many? Give me an example, right?
Maybe look at Cuphead. Cuphead was more successful than most of these games. But look how it was presented. It was presented.
$20.
Like you want to look at a game, right? Let me put it this way: when you see a game, right, and you see it on YouTube or a trailer for it, that first moment you see the game, you have to be like, "Oh shit!" The game has to do that. If a game doesn't do that, if you look at it at first glance and it doesn't give you like you remember 2016 when you were doing your E3 with Mooch and them, and they showed Spider-Man, you were like, oh shit, right?
Yeah.
And then when they showed God of War, you were like, woo! Hit after and it was so bad that Mooch and Crap were quiet. You know, in the background they were like, oh shit, but they couldn't admit it. But you know, in the background they were like, oh shit, that's what a game needs to do. Like when you see DMC5, it should have been, even though it wasn't old shit. I mean, the only old shit was like, oh, they're making a new one. But when you see a game, it has to be like, oh shit. When you get that oh shit, it's gonna sell. You know, it's like Anthem. When we saw Metro's a single player game, right? Mm-hmm. That's not a multiplayer game. I guarantee that game was gonna be fucking successful because when we saw that shit at E3 on the Xbox presentation, everybody was like, oh shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what you need. These guys need to go back to making games that make gamers go, oh shit. You need those oh shit moments, you know? And right now, a lot of these single player games ain't doing that, you know? That's just my opinion. They're not doing the oh shit moment. I don't know why, but you know, they need to get their head out the ass and make single player games with oh shit. And if they want to make more money, you know, then that's where your DLC storyline. Because believe it or not, a lot of people want DLC stories to these single player games because they know they're not going to get, you know, like God of War. God of War would have been awesome to get a couple of DLCs. You're telling me if right now Santa Monica's like, hey, we're going to announce new DLC, you know, a 4, 5, 6 hour single player campaign to God of War, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We're going to fucking fight the ice giants or whatever the fuck, whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. You telling me you wouldn't buy that shit right now? So you could play more God of War. Yeah. Guaranteed people want more God of War right fucking now, but you're not going to get a true sequel for a couple of years. But in the meantime, bust out them DLCs. You know what I'm saying? I say like Spider-Man. I'm counting down the hours for that first DLC for Spider-Man to come out because I'm dying to play more of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second. Stuart Stokes said Cuphead did horrible on the Xbox. Most sales from Steam. I don't know the sell-based ratio, but Cuphead was
overall did 2 million though.
Yeah, listen, they got the new DLC too with the co-op. for the game too. I see.
Oh, does that have co-op?
Yeah, something. I've seen 2 people
Oh,
playing.
but y'all motherfuckers ain't beat the game anyway.
Yeah, you beat.
Who
You
the
beat.
fuck I
Yo,
was?
listen. Did you beat that?
I beat that in 3 days, dog. I was.
Hey, you
grind.
listen, bro. You's a bad man. You's a bad.
I was in my bag.
Yo, you was a bad motor scooter. That shit did hard, bro.
You ain't beat it yet?
Hell no, I ain't beat that.
We should do a stream. We should stream that shit.
All right, say no more. We can play it together then.
We'll do a stream that shit.
Right,
you know, we'll cut it up and shit.
Yeah, all right, say no more. We can do it.
Fucking rage quit.
Yeah. That shit
fuck you too, T-Tech.
Yeah.
Fuck you too, T-Tech. My man, yo, you are best.
Yeah,
fuck everybody in the chat.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck everybody in the chat. Fuck you too. Who's the dude named T-Tech in the chat?
Yeah, Mr. T-Tech.
Hey,
I don't know.
Fuck you too, T-Tech.
I don't even remember, bro. Whatever it was disrespectful.
Whatever he said, you looked at her like, fuck you too, T-Tech. Oh shit! There, you in your moment right there, bro.
Yeah, caught me
you were shining on that day.
Hey yo, I was in my bag. You hear me in the bag?
Oh shit!
But I guess the last thing we can, like I said, maybe close the show with this here. Get your thoughts on it. I see you did a dog shit video about it. Like I said, the PS4 Pro received a official price cut. Rumor has it that they may soon be phasing out the PS4 Slim. And maybe just have the Pro and as an entry level console into their ecosystem, and the PlayStation 5. Like your video said that was a bad idea, but give me here what's going on. Talk to me.
No doubt. So I think it's a bad idea because here it is. Pro or Slim, it's the same shit.
Okay,
it's a PlayStation 4 product, right? It's not like they're gonna start making Pro exclusives because you still have the majority of PS4 gamers out there that own Slims and Vanillas. So there's not going to be any Pro exclusives anytime soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Nothing wrong with dropping the price of the Pro. If it's what, $299, I think the rumor is.
Yeah, or whatever.
Fine, cool. $299. That's cool. That's great, right? Great for gamers. But one of the things that made the PlayStation 2 reach 150 million, they were selling that motherfucker for $150, and then at one point,
$99.
to $99.
Yeah.
It dropped down to $99. You understand what I'm saying? That same thing needs to happen with the Slim. That motherfucker being $150 or less is gonna reach a new bracket of people. Even if they only buy 1 or 2 games, it's still gonna reach a new bracket. The key is trying to get the consoles in people's hands, even if people don't want it because of the price point, right? If you could sell a PS4 Slim for $150, $125, some people who had no intention of getting it would be like, you know what? It's only $125. Fuck it. Let me just see what the hype is about. Mm-hmm. And that's it. You got them. All you need to do is try to get the console in somebody's hands. Once they have the console and they play God of War, they play Spider-Man, you got them. You just need to, it's like bait on a hook line. Just provide the bait. You understand what I'm saying? A $299 Pro, ain't nobody going to be interested in buying a $299. The only people at best, maybe those who wants to upgrade. $299, not a bad price to upgrade your console. If you're rocking the Slim, or if you're like me rocking the Vanilla, I still won't buy the Pro though. But if you're rocking the Vanilla and you're like, you know what? I've been running, it's starting to sound like a jet engine. Maybe you're afraid that your Vanilla is gonna crap out on you. Good time to buy a Pro if it's $299. And who knows? GameSpot might do a crazy deal like $250 with a $50 gift card. Some shit like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Not bad. Pro for $250, even though it's fake 4K, it doesn't matter. It's not a bad price, right, for what you get.
Hold on 1 second. Stuart Stokes said they announced 2 million sales on all platforms. Steam had 1.7. That was a while ago. I don't know what the sales are now, but yeah, that was But it's that was a good game. Good game. But here's the thing, right now.
Let me just finish my last point, right?
Yeah.
So you buy, right? But here's the thing: anybody who upgrades to a Pro, they're not growing the PlayStation ecosystem. Like, for example, let's say they sell this shit for $200 and my cheap ass decides to jump ship, right? Mm-hmm. I decide to fucking jump in the fake 4K pool and I buy a Pro, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't grow PlayStation's user base because I was already part of the PlayStation ecosystem. I was already buying the games. I already have an account. I already have everything. I just swapped one hardware for the other, but it's not like I'm going to start buying 2 games now to compensate for 2 hardware. I'm not. I'm still the same PlayStation 4 gamer. Sony got nothing out of. Sure, they'll brag about, oh, we're now at 110 million sales, but how many of those are people who double, triple dipped on hardware? They're not unique individuals buying games, right? So, like, if I go out and buy a Pro, I didn't grow PlayStation hardware. Sony should also be considering the growth of the ecosystem, and the best way to do that is by selling $150 Slims or cheaper. You understand? That's how you grow your fan base. Get the people who don't own your PlayStation at all to buy your PlayStation product. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you grow your ecosystem. You don't grow your ecosystem by the same dude who bought, like Tim Dog. Tim Dog didn't grow Xbox ecosystem, and he bought like 15 consoles because he's still only one dude buying games. All he did was just kept switching consoles in and out, but he didn't grow Xbox fan base. He didn't grow. You need people who do not own your platform to jump into your platform, and there's no better way to doing it than to say, hey, you can jump into our ecosystem for $150.
Hey, Grandma, I'll call you back in 15 minutes. I'm gonna finish my show. Okay, here's the thing, right? Now, we have all these rumors of PlayStation 5 coming out. They're heating up. Scarlet, yada 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 yada, right? And you look at what happened this generation, as far as at the start of the first 3 years of this console life, you had the biggest multi-plat, or even exclusives were releasing on both the PS3, the Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4. The PS3 uses a cell processor. If I'm not mistaken, the Xbox uses a power PC or something like that. Two different architectures. A little bit of work had to be done to port it to those games, to those consoles. Now, between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, you see the PS4 is 80 million, the Xbox at 40 million. You better have about 120 million consoles right there, right? And again, how both Sony and Microsoft, they make their money from software sales, right? The bulk of their money from software sales. I don't see, just say if the PlayStation 5 comes out, or 2019, 2020, whenever the fuck the case may be, I don't see either Microsoft or Sony just killing off those consoles. Say if their new console comes out at $500, if they're going to do away with the Slim, maybe drop the Pro down to $250. You get a Pro for $250. You can get it in the PS5 for $500, right? And then, like you said, you have third party. Ubisoft is not going to stop making games for, what do you call it, the PS4 or the Xbox One. You're still going to get your next Assassin's Creed, your next Battlefield. They're going to be on multiple platforms. You know what I mean? And I guess, like I said, especially because of the x86 architecture, now I'm not saying it's wrong or right and indifferent. I like when new shit to come out and that be fit for the old shit, but I know if they did it for the 360 and the PS3 and shoehorn, think about it. Destiny was one of the biggest games that came out this generation. You could have got that on the PS3 or the 360. Rise of the Tomb Raider, Forza Horizon 2, Little Big Planet. They're not going to do that, Puerto Rock. I would want them to, but they're not.
I get that. So then why cut off the Slim then? What would be the point in cutting off the Slim if you're going to keep the generation alive? Because you can't build the game around the Pro, because then now you just asked out the Slim and the vanilla owners. Because you know what I'm saying? If you built the game, let's say
I understand what you're saying.
Let's say if like I said, let's say if they're cutting off the Slim, right?
Yeah.
Because they want to focus development between the Pro and the PS5, and let's say Microsoft does the same thing. They cut off the 1S and vanilla so they could focus on the X and Scarlet. You effectively cut off 60-80% of your fan base because the majority of gamers are Slims and vanilla owners. So if everybody's still gonna support the older generation hardware, then why get rid of your Slim cells?
Here's the thing.
Why not keep going the fan base?
It'd be cheaper for probably. Here's the thing. Same thing with Microsoft, where you can't buy the Xbox, the 2000. You can't buy that anymore. And you have the S, which is slightly more faster than the standard one. And then you have the X. It's probably because they got to build them. It's cost. You can probably the game is probably still running. It's just not going to run as well as the Pro or as the 5. But it's cost, they don't have to ship it, pay taxes on it. You know what I mean? They ain't got to build them motherfucker no more. You know what I mean? The games will probably still run on them, of course. They probably just run kind of shitty. But hold on. Chaz Cormick, shout out to you, good brother. He said, for what it's worth, Jez claimed the X1 is being cut off. Xbox One is being cut off? I don't know. Jazz been wrong by a lot of shit in the past, so you know what I mean.
All I'm saying is because all right, you're only selling the 299 Pro. Let's say bet you're only selling 299 Pro. So how much you would think the PS5 would be launched?
I think the five. I think
$500? Let's say $500.
I think let's say $500. Yeah.
Let's say $500.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say $500. Okay. So you got a $300 Pro and a $500 next generation PlayStation 5.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? In my opinion, most of the people, I'll put it to you this way. There's a point right now where if you don't own a PlayStation 5 or 4 by now, let's say like the PlayStation 5 comes out, right? Bet PlayStation 5 is out, right?
Yeah.
So now you have two consoles, the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation 5. I doubt Slim and PS4 vanilla owners are going to upgrade to the Pro when the 5 is already out. It doesn't really make financial sense on that perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Because the difference between a 4 and a 5 would be huge between the two. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you're, hopefully, right? But if you're already a PlayStation 4 owner and the PS5 is already out or is about to come out, I doubt very few PlayStation 4 owners are going to jump to the Pro, which has been out already for 3 years by that point, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say, assuming 2019 is the year PS5 comes out. The console's already been out since 2016. I doubt they're going to spend $300 on 3-year-old hardware when the new shit, especially if it uses new architecture like, fucking Vega and Ryzen. If you already own a PlayStation 4, you're not going to all of a sudden buy the Pro when the 5 is out. You're not going to, that's not really an upgrade at that point. Because if you're going to do it, you would have done it already. You're not going to wait when the 5 is out.
All right, I look at it like this, right?
That's number one, right?
Yeah.
Number two, if PS4 Pro is an entry-level console, quote unquote, that means you don't own a PlayStation 4. If you don't own a PlayStation 4 by now, your first taste of PlayStation 4 most likely won't be a $300 Pro. It probably won't be that console. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have bought a PlayStation fucking Slim for $200 last year. And if you didn't buy it last year, there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because last year you could have gotten a $200 PlayStation with a $50 gift card at Target, GameSpot. So if you didn't take the opportunity to do it then, I doubt a year later you're going to spend an extra $100 on PlayStation to jump on PlayStation 4 for the first time. I don't see that happening either. I don't see that many consumer. Like, in other words, I don't see this huge consumer. Well, the only thing that makes sense is to grow the PlayStation man base, it's $150. That's the easiest way. Because Pro is not an entry-level console. It's just not. It never will be. It's not an entry-level console for anybody. Okay. It's either going to be something you upgrade.
All right.
That's pretty much it. The Pro is just something you upgrade. And if you haven't upgraded by now, or at least by this year, if they release a PS5 next year, I don't see people upgrading to the Pro next year when the 5 is out.
All right. Hold on. Let me pay the bills right quick. I'm gonna do your question last, Ron Lamont, because I do want to talk about it before we get the hell about here. Samuel said the PS Slim is $300 right now, $299, so that's no big deal. And my man, Chadman 23 said P Rock jump to the Pro yet? Hell no. My man Von Lamont said this weekend we can close the show with this last thing. Forgot about this. Guerrilla Games got Rainbow Six Dead for a secret project. Did y'all talk about this already? No. PS5 is going to launch with some fire. Guerrilla Games, they're the masterminds behind Horizon Zero Dawn, also behind Killzone.
Fucking Whack Zone.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about that? Hiring some talent from Rainbow Six developer to revamp that franchise?
I hope, number one, it's a new IP.
Okay.
I hope in that. But let's say if they go back to Killzone, I hope with these developers from Rainbow Six, they do a complete reboot. Because that game needs a reboot. That game needs a God of War reboot. Like bad. Like just start all over. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe, obviously, because Rainbow Six Vegas, that's a huge popular game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The multiplayer is great. A lot of people like it. So that's good that they have actually people that know what the fuck they're doing to augment their staff, which is a smart move because that's what they did with Horizon Zero Dawn. They didn't try to create this RPG on their own. They went, they got the Witcher dev. They got the dudes that did the storyline from Fallout New Vegas. They got people who know what the fuck they're doing that helped build Horizon Zero Dawn. So now I think they're trying to do the same thing, getting people that know what the hell they're doing with multiplayer. My only thing is Killzone, the way it is now, is trash. So don't build on Killzone. Start from scratch or create a new IP. I think what's better is a new IP because I think new IPs, people, that's a good new thing from a first party brand new IP, especially a multiplayer. That would be, that's something that just gives, because you gotta admit, new IPs are exclusive, has that little extra oomph, that little extra, how would you say, I guess, fame or popularity as compared to multiplats or old franchises that are duds. Because I think Killzone's a dud franchise. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not like if you were to hear Naughty Dog's making Uncharted 5. It's Uncharted. It's a great franchise. Or you hear Halo 6 or Gears of War 5. Those franchises started out good. So when you hear a sequel to those franchises, everybody gets excited. This is fucking Killzone. Ain't no motherfucker. Nobody gives a fuck.
J-Tech.
Yeah, fucking J-Tech and that, no one's excited about a Killzone sequel. That shit don't move the needle. You understand what I'm saying? Because the franchise didn't start out big. So I think a new IP shooter will fit the bill. Because I know Guerrilla wants to, because they always, that's how they built their company. But most of their first person shooters, no, I would say all of them except for Killzone 2 was whack. So they need to do a new IP. Just do a new IP, do something that's different from everybody else, but popular. Which I think if they got the Rainbow Six devs, I don't know. This could be interesting.
Listen, here's the thing. Now,
but at least they got growth though.
Okay, how about this, right? You're right. I don't think Killzone has never been that game, and when you think about Sony, they're cliche, their strong suit are making these story-driven games, right? And this would add a wrinkle to their suit there. I don't know. My thing, honestly, I don't want them to go back. I want them to improve on Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I mean? I just don't have faith in them as a developer at making a quality first-person shooter. You know what I mean? Or if it's a third-person shooter. Because, I didn't even care for the Resistance franchise either. That's, what's the other one? Mag, Haze. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, all Sony shooters been dog shit to me. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Do you want them to try something new? Or stick with Horizon, improving Horizon, or maybe just leave that shooter shit alone?
I'll be honest. Me personally, the multiplayer market's so saturated.
With shooters,
I don't think Sony really. I mean, I understand why Sony do it because that's money. Games as a service. You can sell boots and shirts and all that shit. So I understand why they want to at least keep trying. But in the end, I think I'd rather see. I like the new novel. I like to me, Horizon Zero Dawn. To me, put them in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'd rather have them do another IP, even if let's say it's a first person RPG, like, Fallout or whatever, or Cyberpunk. I'll be cool with that, but keep with their strength, story driven, because as you said, there's not, right now, everybody's doing a fucking multiplayer game, and some of them motherfuckers are free. Like, you don't even have to buy the shit. And it's popular as hell, Warframe, Fortnite, H1Z1. You know what I'm saying? All them shits are shooters. They're popular, and you can download them for free. As compared to, and then the paid ones are already established. Call of Duty, Battlefield. Those are $60 every year. Especially Call of Duty. $60 every year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I mean, I'd rather see Guerrilla, if they're gonna tackle two IP. They should do another RPG, right? Like a first person. So they got their third person RPG and their first person RPG. Because RPGs do sell. I mean, look at Bethesda. They don't, they live and die off of Fallout and Elder Scrolls. You know what I'm saying? So I think Guerrilla as an RPG company would be a much better fit for them. Do a first person shooter RPG, and then have their Horizon Zero Dawn an adventure RPG.
Hold on one second, Chad Man 23 said, I know one thing for sure. The PS5 will have new IPs. I'm not negating that. And my man Harry Halim, I think this is Harry Halim. We done changed it up. He got his street name.
Harry Heck.
Yeah, now he's changed the name. The guy from the chat, probably known as Harry Halim. Harry Heck said, The release of the PlayStation 5 before 2020 isn't anything I see coming. Earliest that Sony will announce the PS5 is late 2020 and launch it. Hell no, really. Launch it early 2021. PS4 is still relevant.
I used to think that.
Yeah, no, they never.
I think PS5 is going to launch in 2019.
Listen, I say 2019. The latest is 2020.
Yeah, I think it's coming out next year, bro.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
The only reason why is at first I used to think, but I think the only reason why is they want to strike while the metal's hot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because PlayStation 4 is the new hotness, right? Releasing the PS5 doesn't take away from the PS4 per se, because people can still enjoy the PS4, because you still, like you said, they're still going to get the right? Mm-hmm. And for the first 2 years, the big exclusives of PS5s, because everybody needs to prepare. The first 2 years is going to be sparse when it comes to first part. They're not going to push their big titles unless it's a cross-gen, which I think games like Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, Death Stranding, those are going to be cross-gen titles with PS5. So they'll probably have enhancements, the best native versions.
4K, native 4K 60.
Yeah, native 4K, all that shit. So they're going to write out the PS5 with that shit, right? But year 3, just like what they did this year, that's when you big exclusives. That's where you're going to see the big, the Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Year 4, Spider-Man 2. You're going to see that. You know what I'm saying? So the first 2 years is going to be dry. It's going to be games that you can already PS4 or multi-plat. So it's going to be like a repeat of this gen, where the first 2 years everybody's going to talk shit about PlayStation 4 or 5 really, and be like, all you got is multi-plats or games I could play on the PlayStation 4. Well, they're exclusives. Sony's going to push out their big exclusives year 3 and year 4 and beyond that. It's going to be the same repetitive cycle. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're not going to launch their big exclusives. Because if they do, they have to make it.
Wait, hold on. I gotta pay. Hold on 1 second. Hey, yo, Joker 2K. Wait, hold on. So first of all, Chadman said, P-Rock, how long you gonna wait to buy PS5, fuck nigga? He gonna get that shit 2025. Hold up. Hold up. Also, I gotta read this comment though. Hold up. Shout out to Top Dog. He said PS5 for 2019 is perfect. PS1. PS2 was 6 years, but this is the comment I got to read right here. Porter Rock sound like that old Warner Cat who was at Blockbuster, like, man, that Netflix stream would never catch on. Most people don't even have the internet.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you ain't lying, man. This nigga here old school, bro. Man, man, I want to own my VCR tapes, man. Hey, what the hell is that? Shit. Everybody ain't got the internet, man. Open it, I grabbed it. So
I'm just telling you. No, but going back to Google, here's the thing. Google's going to need games. Google, on the real, Google's going to need a...
Google need shit. They ain't gonna need
Google's gonna need first part. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be fucking emoji support. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. Motherfuckers gonna hype beast shit. That ain't it.
I'm done.
You need compelling games, bro. Just like anything. That's just how it is. That when it comes to consoles, when it comes to the dedicated gaming device, at the end of the day, man, the company who makes the dedicated device, they need to bring the game. They need to make a name for themselves.
But
Google's going to have to be identified with a big franchise other than Angry Birds.
Here's the thing. I don't think they're not selling it as a dedicated device because the Google Chrome stick is just like a Fire Stick that you can play AAA games on. That's all.
Yeah, but that's a dedicated device, though.
Well, I mean, it's also Netflix. Just all the shit you can do with a Fire Stick. Probably throw some Cody on that motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Man, great. Another stick where more people watch movies than play games.
Oh man!
Man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. That my man said he was that one old cat at Blockbusters. Man, they ain't got to worry about nothing. Everybody ain't got the internet. Man, give me my VCR tape, man. Oh shit!
I ain't worried about Google.
No, I'm just saying. Hey, look, listen. What's today's? Today is October 7th. 2018. Remember, we're going to cliff note. We will revisit this conversation again.
I ain't worried about Google. Unless Google brings fire, Google needs fire.
And listen, we're going to revisit this conversation in about a year.
We got Call of Duty and it works. Fuck you. If it works on what I got too. I need to see more exclusives. I need to see some compelling ass games, right?
Well, I need to see some shit.
Don't tell me that is linked to my fucking YouTube Google link account.
Hey, yo,
I don't want to hear that shit.
If anybody can do it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, Google needs to do. They need to. I mean, it's a gaming device. It's like you have to unique, compelling titles. That's just if all you have is multi-plats. I think it's gonna be a non-factor. No one's really gonna talk about it. It's just another device that plays Call of Duty. It is what it is. They need to bring something to differentiate themselves from other platforms and other competing devices. You understand what I'm saying? Like a person could be like, "Oh shit, I play Call of Duty for $150 and I stream it." Yeah, but on PlayStation, I'm playing God of War 2 and Spider-Man 2. What are you playing? Then you're gonna get that dude, just like the dude that be like, everybody playing Spider-Man. And what do I got? This motherfucker. I ain't got nothing to play. Why did I buy you? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be doing the same thing with the Google Chrome. You know what I'm saying? Next year you're gonna have, fucking whatever Microsoft release. You're gonna get Spider-Man 2, then you're gonna get all these Chrome fanboys be like, man, everybody playing Gears of War 5 and Spider-Man 2. And what do I got? This motherfucker. Why did I buy this? You ain't got shit to play. Motherfuckers gonna be looking at their Chrome stick like, man, this is Chrome dick. This is some fucked up shit. This shit's fucking me in the ass. That's all you're gonna hear from people. Fucking this goddamn Chrome dick. Fuck this shit. They're gonna chuck that shit out the fucking window. Ain't got no games.
Anything you say today can and will be used against you in a later show.
Yo, fuck, I'm gonna copyright that. Chrome dick got no games.
Yeah, you gonna mark it now. This shit gonna probably take off, man.
Yeah,
one thing I've learned, man, shit, man.
Hey, it would be even crazier if they don't even get all the fuck. It's like, what if it don't get Grand Theft Auto 6?
I'm just saying. I mean, you know what?
I'm just saying. You buy a Chrome stick. Let's say you buy a Chrome stick, and then Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, and they be like, "Oh no."
I think here's the thing.
They're gonna be like, "What?"
I think they're not marketing as this is solely a gaming device. It's something that you can play games on if you choose to. It still has, the whatever the hell you do with a Fire Stick or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Now everybody's TV has the apps. I don't see who TV doesn't have the apps, but now.
All right, but I mean, if that's the case, you could do that right now. You could do that on your Fire Stick right now. Just download the GameFly app and stream all their libraries of games. You can do it right now. You don't have to wait.
I know.
You can just play that shit. But nobody's interested.
I don't think theirs works as good as what Google's touting.
How would you know? You tried it?
I mean, no. The minimum is like.
Now that I told, let me put it this way. Now that I told you that the Fire TV has that, are you gonna try it?
No.
See if it works. Hell no, because
it's not
nobody
for me.
wants that bullshit.
Bro, it's not for me. I just said it wasn't for me.
So how about this holiday? Are you gonna buy people Fire TV and install GameFly on it?
I'm gonna give you an example.
You can play The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3's on that motherfucker.
The Project Scarlet when it comes out, whatever. Instead of me having to buy my grandson a $500 Xbox, whatever. I'm gonna get his ass the Google. I mean, the
he's gonna look at you. He's gonna slap. He's gonna be like, "This shit, cheap."
You know what I mean?
He's gonna be like, "Grandpa, why your Xbox look different from mine?"
Don't worry about it, man.
Don't worry about it, man.
Get a job. I'll make sure that he got the cable. I'll pay the cable bill. Problem solved, man. You know what I mean? Shit, problem solved. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed the show today, my cheap ass man, brother Poor Rock,
cheap ass grandfather and shit.
Hey, listen, man, I'm being cost conservative, man. I
gotta buy his kids clothes at Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, I feel never if it would feel hard. But I'm just saying, man, we shall see, man.
Did you ever think gaming would go this fucking direction, bro?
No, that's why I said I'd never say never, bro. I didn't think would catch on has caught on. Things change. Know why? Because I learned to stop looking at gaming through my eyes and what I like, and understand that I still don't get the purpose of the fucking Switch. We were just fucking talking about 900p to 720p, but they releasing games that's 420p.
And they get no slack for it.
Yeah, exactly. So outside of what I like, and then like I said, there's a much bigger gaming is growing, big, and whether we like it or not, both Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo are looking at. What we like or not, those 2 billion gamers out there also they gonna get our money regardless. We got these motherfuckers in the bag. We got them in the bag already. Let's go out there and try to get these. Like my grandson, them Zach Key, or whoever or Maya, to lock them down and into the ecosystem. We gonna buy what we like. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. They try to go after the younger crowd. That much Bro, I'll give you an example. I used to love NBA 2K. I've never been to my park. I just play online rank matches. But I'm the last of a fucking dying breed. All that
everybody's doing that my park shit.
Yeah, that's not my thing. I just do fucking ranked matches. You grab the Celtics, I get the Lakers, or regular goddamn, I don't even with all that creative player shit. But I'm like, again, I'm the fucking low man on the totem pole here. You know what I mean? I'm dying now. I already got high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol and all that shit. I'd be dead in 4 years. You know what I mean? They got to still keep reinventing themselves. You know what I mean? Keep it, keep shit fresh and shit new, man. So, like I said, it is what it is. But again, if you guys enjoyed the show, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Wheelchair Wave, aka Puke God, Neverland Lex. In fact, this shit will be the next Zoom. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. And fuck you. I like the Zoom.
Oh,
Zoom.
Me too, man. I didn't like the Apple iPod.
Yeah, Zoom was the shit. I could take my whole. I could take your. I could take your music library and take it with me. That shit was ill. Yeah.
That shit was dope, but fucking. Man, I had to buy, and you know what's funny? I bought 3 of them.
I bought a few of them. I would buy every time they came with a bigger hard drive, the 20 gig to the 30 gig to the 80 gig to the 120 gig. I bought all them shit. Bro.
That shit played everything.
Hell, movies, all that shit. Had all that shit.
Apple, you had to be MP4. That shit played every format, man.
Yeah. Hold up, Harry Halim is back at Harry, aka Harry Heck. He said, if the PlayStation 5 releases in 2019. And The Last of Us 2 coming out 2019 with multiplayer server, would Sony duplicate the server bandwidth just to get their PS5s out 2019 or even 2020?
I think they're all on the same network. I think because PS3 also had. I think they're all. I think it's just growth. I think they're all on the same bandwidth. Because it wouldn't make sense to create different server farms per platform. That would be very expensive.
Yeah,
that would be very expensive. I think it's going to be the same server. The only difference with PS5, since it's more powerful hardware, you'll probably be able to get more out of the network, more features. While the PS4 will be limited to what it can only do, PS5 will probably have faster browsing, probably more, just more features to take advantage of the network, while PS4 will only take advantage of what it could do. But I think it's all going to be one server farm. I think there'll be definitely crossplay between PS5 and PS4. So, like, let's say if they do have The Last of Us 2, it's both the same audience. My only concern is, do they tackle the whole 30 frames, 60 frames? That shit that you guys went through with PUBG, where they kept the game at 30 frames to cater to Xbox, which I thought it was whack, but you know what I'm saying? So.
All right, well, again.
We'll talk about that for another day.
For another day, man. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you guys enjoyed the show. If you think the Zoom destroyed the iPod, man, they was just hating on it. Hit the like button, man. We out of here. Hey, Musty Mon, word is born, man. I heard you got arrested, man, in Walmart, man, for stiffing people's seats. Bum ass nigga.